Hey folks, welcome to vlog number 99. This week we are heading over again to Lakeside Recreation Center up in Mundelein. This is where last week I actually qualified second and cashed in the handicap eliminator. This week, however, is the scratch eliminator. This is going to be on a sport pattern, which I'll go ahead and put up right here. It's not a complicated pattern. It's nothing funky. It's just 42 feet of high volume, flat 2.6 to 1 ratio, which means very, very difficult, but nothing I have to do particularly tricky. I'm going to go ahead and go into it with the approach of just trying to have an okay day, trying to get experience on sport, trying to get a handle for just how my shot has shaped up over the last several weeks of my most recent game changes. I went ahead and just brought the same sticks I've been bringing, but I went ahead and resurfaced some things, put some fresh surface on the Proton and the Summit and the Obsession Tour. I'm not sure which of these I'll end up using tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and get ready to head on out there now. So we're about to start, and I still can't get out of the ball cleanly. Awesome. Here we go. I'm not sure why I'm just having a hard time getting out of the wall tonight. I'm not hanging up my thumb or anything. It's just something to do with, could be timing. There we go. Thank you. Off the hand. Yeah. There we go. Well, felt okay off the hand, but it wasn't. Yeah, first shot I try to get like where I wanted to be mechanically, and it was good. I just didn't quite come off my hand right enough, so. Like that. I realized one thing that makes me a little more consistent is actually getting it out the lane a little bit aloft. That time I did, it came off my hand great, and it's hooked a little too much. So I need to move off that shot and be great, I think. Because the way I try to project it a little bit out of the lane, I have a better release when I do that, for whatever reason. Get up, come on, finish! Yeah! I have missed room on a 2.6 to 1 pattern right now.
You know, has the thought ever occurred to you that you might actually be good at this bowling thing?
It's the ball. Ah! Thumb hang. Sit. F-bomb.
You're here for the experience.
Yeah, but if all I had to do was throw a mark, and I was going to be even or positive. That's what we call a choke. All right, I am sad about that game one. I found myself a good look, and in the 10 frame, I just grabbed it. So yanked it way inside and spun it and went face for a 4-6. which I gotta check the math, but I'm pretty sure if I had marked that I was gonna shoot 200, which would have been fantastic, about minus 14. So, sad face. This is an obvious mistake. I know I bounced back from that. Just go back to relaxing, go back to not grabbing it and being careful. That's about all I can do from here. Jason from the future here as I go in and leave a couple of splits. After watching this while editing, you can plainly see here what's going on. I'm not just getting stuck. I'm digging, but I need ball change to get out of my brain. I'm setting up badly and pushing away way to the right. So this is a thing that I resolved to fix a few weeks back after some coaching. To set up my stance a little bit open and be better about having the ball starting in front of me and pushing away straight up rather than pushing out to the right. And you see here when I do that, ball comes behind my back way bad. And when I do that, I tuck it. In this case, I tucked in the oil and it kind of helped the pocket, but it just wasn't working. Cannot give those away. I definitely need to spend some time back in practice and just finding a pre-shot routine that actually works and reminding me every single shot to make that effective stance. And this problem goes away in games 3 and 4. I figure it out, get back to where I need to start, and get better. Nope. But when I'm not having a good stance, not at a starting point, my mechanics just get all out of whack, and that's what happened in this game. Oh! There we go. Great. There. Row 6 count. We join game 3 here in progress, where I am still kind of lost, but I'm clean through 4. First 3 frames are the summit. It was kind of just not a good look. Through Zen last frame was great, nailed it, but stoned an 8-pin. After 2, I'm minus 59, which is not great, but whatever. I'm here for the experience at this point, and I keep trying to make good shots. This might be a good ball change that's made. We'll see. Yes, there we go. Zen ball good. Finally. Perfect. Where I want to throw it with, where I want to throw it, I have that shot now. Fine. Stay clean. Okay. All right. A little too slow. Oh, so it kind of hung up a little bit, so I came around way too much. Get back. Red pitch plot or something? Oh, thank you. Yeah! Come back, come back, come back. It's all right. Clean game. Not sure if I yeeted or just missed on that last one, but clean for $191. I am proud of that. I will happily take that tonight. That was a little struggle bus, but also a little bit just keeping the ball where I wanted to keep it, avoiding anything messy, hitting my spares. So game 1 was a good game. I just choked in the 10th with grabbed it for a split. Game 2, struggle bus. Now I just gotta throw a 270 to get back to even.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honey.
Way to be supportive.
Honey. Be realistic here.
Hey, I'm throwing my Zen in a spot that I'm comfortable with.
Would I love to see you throw it to somebody? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I want you to go into this going, I'm going to shoot 270? No. because
I have
don't know.
never said that with any
I know.
seriosity.
I know.
And yes, you too, I use the word seriosity. That is a new word, I'm using it, I'm putting it on a t-shirt. Do you know I have a shop? I sell t-shirts. Haven't sold one yet, but if you want to support the channel, find a link right down below. I had a clean game. I'm stoked about that.
Dude, I had a clean game too, and I was just like 190 clean. That's the best game of the day, right?
Yeah, no, same. Sit. Yeah. Slight miss inside, low flat, that's a 10 pin. All day long. Come on. Wrong Zen. There ain't no thumb on that Zen. I can't throw that one. Ah. Whoa, boy. No. Yep. Damn it. Almost fell off. There we go. There we go. Yes. Did you hear me? I was like, there it is. Perfect. Knew it off my hand. Which is rare tonight. Yes. Ah! Carry it. I think part of that is also I haven't tried to adjust that shot since I did the change in my stance.
Yeah.
So I need to practice those again now.
Practice that, yeah.
Ah, thumb ball. Sit. That's right. Let's finish up. Last shot of the night. Let's be good here. Ah. Damn it, it should have been a clean game. If it was, it would have been a 220. Yeah. Hey, sports shooting is hard. In my 75 of the night, which honestly for 4 games isn't terrible, I had a kind of a real bad game too. I was just completely lost, but games 1, 3, and 4 weren't bad. Came down to a couple of missed bears, which in the case of game 1 was wash out in a split, sure. This game I missed 2 spares I should have gotten. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but honestly, for the night I was struggling a little bit with fits, struggling a little bit with my release, kept fighting and came back and finished okay, so. Night, a lot of lessons. I'm going to actually send it to myself at home to look at this and talk about it a bit more from my computer, so let's go ahead and go there now.
And we're here again after the fact. I've gone through and edited the video. This is the very last thing I'm doing right now is talking about this bit. So I've had a chance to basically watch my shots from this event. So as I talked about when I went over game 2, after watching it, I wasn't necessarily so much lost in transition as for whatever reason, I just got completely out of sorts mechanically. I stopped lining up appropriately at the line. Like again, several weeks ago, I made a change to be back up with my hip and keep my ball more in front of me rather than I heard to the side and pushing away to the right. Watching this video, I'm like, I'm just doing that the whole way through. So for whatever reason, I just got so out of sorts mechanically that it was affecting my swing. It was affecting where the ball was coming and my timing. So I was hanging up in it for various reasons. it was a bad game mechanically. The other 3 were, frankly, at my current comfort level, pretty darn good. I was disappointed in the end result because I had a couple unfortunate opens, and so that made me feel bad in the moment. I feel like I did a pretty good job of moving past them, moving beyond them, so that was a good experience there. I just would like to not have had that experience. I don't mind if I'm sitting there and being lost on a tough shot and unable to find the pocket, but when I miss fairly easy spares, and that's really frustrating. I will say that out of the easy spares I missed, which I think there are like 4, one was a 1-2 that I just dumped the ball. One was a 1-2-4-7 where I grabbed the ball and yanked it over into the gutter, and 2 of them were 7 pins. So the first 2, if I'm in a place where I'm just not releasing the ball in a good way and my timing is terrible and I'm all over the place, I'm going to miss those. So one I dumped and the other one I yanked and whatever. The other 2 are 7 pins. And I have noticed that since I made the change to my stance early on, I'm not totally sure how I need to be throwing 7 pins. I still square up at the line, but my swing is a little funky. So I think I need to reevaluate where I stand for those. So I'm gonna need to go ahead and do some practice and just figure out where I should stand for 7 pins now. Might be a couple boards, give myself that miss room back, whereas right now I have to be perfect or I miss it. So I'll figure that out as we go forward. So honestly, the way I bowled at this was pretty good. I fought through the hard patterns, fought through my own mechanical problems, got to where I was throwing the ball by the end, had a clean game, had a couple of games that were pretty solid. Obviously, I'm not going to be happy with the score in terms of competing, but that's going to come. This is my first sports shot I've thrown on in a couple of years. So for coming back, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So that should be a good one. If you're clever and noticed that this was vlog number 99, that means the next one is 100. That's a big round number. So gonna hope to have a real good one. We'll see how that one goes. Hope you were there for it. And I'll see you in the next one. Good luck and good bowling.